Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. This is the card you're making today, and it says Feel Better Friend, and it's just a sweet little card. And this is for a friend of mine. I'm going to send this to a friend of mine who's just gone into hospital, but hopefully by the time this goes actually live, because I'm filming this middle of April, so hopefully by the time this goes live in about a month's time, I'll have sent this and she'll be back out and raring to go. So let me show you what I did. I have everything set up in my Stamparatus. We're going to use this new stamp set called Hand Pen Petals. I mean, there's two-step stamping, and we're going to use this one with a few bits here and of course the sentiment as well. So let's get stamping. I'm going to stamp in some Memento because it's my favourite black ink. No other reason. Give it a good ink up. I think my ink pad needs to be re-inked again. It's okay, that's perfect. So set that aside, bring in my simple chamois and give my stamp a little clean so I can remove it. Take that off like that. Okay, and I'm just going to get the colours I need. So I haven't got them out, which is not good of me, but anyway, I'm going to put them over there. Now we're going to do the two-step bit, which is really simple. So because of the Stamparatus, so you just take your bit. It's a very sketchy line, so don't worry if it doesn't seem to totally marry up, but it's not meant to. Pick that up. Put that back in its place, and we're going to use one of these lovely Ewing colours, and this one's called Pale Papaya. Now in South Africa, where my mother's family is from, we don't call papayas in South Africa papayas, we call them pawpaw. So you're going to hear me calling this rather pale pawpaw, because I don't call it papaya, I've always called it pawpaw. So to me it's pale pawpaw. Okay, and I'm going to double stamp just to deepen the colour a little bit. Like that. Okay, give this a clean up. This one, the simple chamois, really comes into its own. So move that aside, and then what else do we need? We need another one out of here that I've forgotten to get out, so I'll get it out now. As you can see, I tend to keep all my stamps like this on the front of my case until I've finished using them, and then I just put them all away in one go, and that way if I just keep putting them there, I know that I'm not going to lose them. They're safe on the front of the case, and then I can put them away all in one go when I've finished with the stamp set in its entirety. So that really works well for me. So again, line up. As I said, it's very sketchy, so don't worry about that. It's more an impression than meant to be all within the lines perfectly. I mean, you can see the lines of the stamps don't finish off. So clean that up, shift that away, and you've got all of these little bits to continue doing this. So we are going to do exactly that. And if you're not sure which way it goes, just keep fiddling and you'll find out which way it should go. Yeah, that'll do for me. Enough is as good as a feast. And then ink it again, down, and I'm double inking, so just make sure that's back at its place. It is. Down, clean, and then this last little one here. Obviously you don't need to do it like this. You could just colour it in with your pencils, with, you know, you could stamp in stays on and colour in with watercolour pencils, or you could have coloured in with our Stampin' blends. And then I'm doing this in the middle of April, as I said. When the catalogue goes live, we're also going to have some lovely chalks. So they would also look really pretty as well if you did a little tiny bit of chalks. You could use, as I said, watercolour pencils, the chalks, you could use your inkers and the water painter. You know, there's all umpteen things you could do. You can use the blender pen and your inkers, which is something we're going to do now for the leaves. So there really is all sorts of things you could use to colour in. You don't need to colour in at all if you don't want to. Really is up to you. But we're nearly finished this bit, so wallop this down and we are done. Close up the ink pad. Isn't that a pretty colour, this purple? It really is pretty. I really like it. So give that a clean, shift that away, take this off, and now while I've got my Stamparatus, I'm just going to stamp my sentiments. I'm going to get myself just a scrap piece here of basic white, and we're going to get the sentiment out here that says feel better friend, because it's always good to have a card in reserve to send to someone, you know, if they're not feeling well, if they just need a bit of a pick-me-up. It's always lovely to receive a handmade card in the post, and to be honest, you don't need any reason to send one. Just the fact that you like someone and they're a nice friend to you, or that you love them, is good enough reason to send them a card to tell them. Everybody loves to be told, to receive a hand card, made card. It's lovely. So there's our sentiment. Give that one final cleanie, and then we can put that away for now. Take this off, because if I leave my stamp set in the Stamparatus, I'll definitely forget to take it out. Bring back this, and now I got this garden green, and you can see I've got a little bit of ink I put in the lid, and we're just going to colour in the leaves, but also just keeping to this very sketchy feeling. So you could colour the whole flower like this with the blender pen. You really have lots of options to colour or not colour. The other thing I've seen people do, and it's really nice, is they've used the sponge daubers, and they've just daubed the colour on higgledy-piggledy, you know, very sketchily, and it looks lovely. So you really have, as I said, options. Instead of colouring's not your thing, then just leave it black and white. The image is gorgeous, but it doesn't take long to colour in. And now all I'm going to do is, to get rid of it, is just scribble it off on the side of the mat like that, and that gets rid of any pens. So, cutting out. These are the pen flower dies. Let's take them out. We're going to use this Whacking Great one to colour out, to cut out our leaves, to cut out our this thing here, and then I'm going to freehand cut this into a little square, and then I'm going to use this little die as our border die here. This is the paper, hand pen paper, and I'm going to cut a little border here with this. So I'm going to do all of that, and I'll be back. Okay, so we've done all our cutting out, so now we can start to do some sticking. So this piece of designer series paper, this little section came off here, and I'm actually going to just stick it down on the opposite side like that. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue along there, and I'm going to use some Tombow for this. Hopefully my Tombow will work. It does. That's getting towards the end. But if you've let it sit on this little rear end for a while, you can get the last bits out, which is always useful. We don't want to waste anything. So there we have it like that, and then we're just going to put some snail on the back here. Isn't this pattern on the back pretty as well? And I've used it, but it clashes. It becomes a bit too busy with the stamped image. And this is a standard A6 card base. That's in garden green. That's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And then we're going to put down here our flower that we cut out, and I've just put it on some dimensionals and taken the backings off, so you don't need to watch me suckle with that. I'm going to put it, I think, like that. Then I've got my little sentiment here. Last time I popped this up on some garden green to mat it, but I don't really think it actually showed very much, so I'm not going to bother this time. Let's see where we're going to put it this time. Yeah, I actually think there this time. There we go, like that. And then I have some of this gorgeous purple ribbon, and we're just going to tie, well, we are going to attempt to tie a little bow, which is not going very well to start at the moment, but it will. Because this ribbon ties absolutely beautifully. Says me, not knowing my left from my right, but that is true. I struggle with my left and my right. I'm much better at east, west, north, south, that kind of thing than left and right. We just need to get a pair of scissors out to cut the ends off. Like that. Get rid of that little bit, and some of our glue dots. Okay, I love these glue dots, as I've said to you before. They really work well. So put our little ribbon there, and there we have, oh no, finishing touches I should say, some rhinestones. Let me find some rhinestones. I know I've got some somewhere here. They're in one of my kits, but which one is anybody's guess. So I've got 6 videos to film today, and I've done 2. It's my second one. So here they are, rhinestones. And let's see, I have one of these jumbo guys down here, I think. Actually, I think I'm going to go for 3 jumbos today. So there we go. Now we are finished. There's our 2 cards. So what do you think? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Let me know in the comments below. If you did like them, and I hope you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you wanted more information about this project, supply list, measurements, etc., it'll all be in the description box below in my blog, and all my social media all my social media links are in the description box below, I should say. That includes a link to my Facebook group where I host a monthly online card club, so do come and check us out. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.